There we go. Oop. Hello, hello, hello. I'm gonna make a spooky panel for the Discord while we wait for everybody to get there. Nope, I don't need that. Hello, hello. This is such a cute little emoji. Oh. No, I got rid of all of the text. Okay. This is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Ouch, 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 ouch. What's everybody gonna be for Halloween? Oh, wait. There we go. There we go. Now I can hear. Halloween contest. Exclamation point, because I'm excited about it. Post your costume in the group chat. Ah. Oh, that's nice. I want to say the Discord was saying I should do the audiobook for my book, but I don't know. I don't think I have like an audiobook voice. Like maybe a certain like genre of audiobook, but I don't know about that, you guys. Post your costume in the Discord chat. Oh, I don't like the canvas. There we go. Meh. I think I actually might have to do this one in browser, unfortunately. On the ball. Okay. I hate how Canva like puts all of everything together instead of separating it. When are we gonna start segregating like the free and paid options? This could be slightly smaller. Mm-hmm. Mm. Cute. These are such cute animals. Um, what little Halloween kitty are we gonna use? Hmm. Hmm. What else? Yes, I think this will do nicely. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Alright, let that simmer in the group chat. Let's get to solving this murder. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you. I made delicata squash, but I realized I hadn't shown you what they look like. This is a delicata squash. They come in a lot of different sizes, but they're fantastic. And this just has cinnamon and like a teensy bit of maple sugar on it, or maple syrup on it. Delicious. Okay, now we're gonna solve the murder. Bro, what? Oh, OBS, why? Is it gonna make me restart? Don't make me restart. I'm just going to remove that, add it back in. No big deal. Where did it go? There it goes. There we go. Okay. It was just mad because it wasn't full screen. Got it. Okay, so last we met off, I killed one of the Tweedledees because low-key they were pissing me off. And we elected to not burn Granny Auntie Greenleaf's tree. But now we're gonna see if that changes anything and if everybody's on my side. Because they should be. But this whole like getting blindsided with like burning the tree business, low-key reeks of sabotage. But
We've come a long way. You must be tired.
Got Aura Farm a cigarette. Oh. Yeah, that did not work at all.
And if my envoys are correct, you haven't had a lot of rest recently.
They should be minding their business.
Please, Sheriff. Relax for a moment, will you? Do you want a drink? Something to eat? Vivian makes a very nice, It's elegant. Really a carpaccio. It's lobster. Sirloin. Well, gramercy me. Take a seat at the very least. No?
See, if he had played this better, I would have played ball, because honestly, I think that if you have a decent crime, like if it truly was, which I don't believe that this was the case, just a precursor, if it truly was, this goon took it upon himself to kill these girls or whatever, then I'd be like, okay, but like, we're gonna handle him legally because you couldn't handle your people. So you dealing with it internally would have been you dealing with it before he caused a murder, right? If he just committed like assault or something, like, yeah, sure, crime lord, you deal with that. But 2 murders? Nah. I gotta get my beak wet, as it were, in this situation. I'm the sheriff. So you're clearly not keeping your people in line. So now it's become an issue of the law. But if it truly was that guy in like a much less heinous circumstance, murdering those 2 girls, I would have just been like, oh, your dude's running drugs or whatever. Like, yeah, I guess you deal with him. But once it gets to like a certain level, like now we have to have like a public execution, basically, of all this. But he's just too much of a slimy weasel, this guy.
What do you think you're doing?
He's gonna...
Mr. Wolf is our guest, and I have every intention of cooperating. So don't waste the silver. Sit down, Jersey.
See, I should be able to eat him for that.
Well, Sheriff, for the sake of transparency, why don't you tell us why you're here? It would help settle everyone's nerves, I think. Going to make me guess, are you? Very well. The recent murders that have gotten such attention as of late, I don't relish telling you that they were perpetrated by an employee of mine. It's a very unfortunate bit of business, but I promise you that the matter will be dealt with internally. I just want to settle the issue for you.
I already know who did it.
Forgive me, Sheriff, for doubting your acumen. But who do you think committed these crimes? It's been a long couple of days for you.
It was Georgie, all right?
Well done, Sheriff. I'm sorry I doubted you. However, like I said, I'd be handling the matter if you don't mind.
Nah, bro, you don't get to handle it at this point. This is crazy. You handling it has led to 2 murders. Like, this is just the most preposterous, failed charisma check I've seen.
Yeah, I killed him, so what? You should have just kept your nose where it fucking belonged.
Georgie.
Look, the fact is, George here misinterpreted one of my instructions.
Misinterpreted?
And I
There we
want to
go.
make things right. So
Let the
let's work
Vipers
something
turn on
out.
each other.
What's there to work out? I'm protected, aren't I?
Your protection has limits, and I think you've far exceeded yours. That you could murder someone in cold blood like
You
that,
fucking asked me to do this!
and then
You told me
attempt to
kill
blame
him!
me for it. You will be silent while we discuss what to do with you.
This is right bollocks, this! You're just gonna let him do this?
So what do you say, Sheriff? Can we discuss terms? You can have Georgie. Consider it a gift, ensuring our continued cooperation.
What the hell?
All right, let's talk.
You can't just hand me over! What the fuck is this shit? You said you'd cover for us!
For minor infractions, not murder.
Just go with him, Georgie. You're gonna sink us all.
What's wrong with you people? You're really gonna sell him out just like
You
that?
think I give a fuck if I'm the...
Here's the thing. I would like to give the Crooked Man, ironically, the benefit of the doubt here. He is probably hoping that his goons are smart enough to be in the prisoner's dilemma, where Georgie potentially takes the fall for these murders, and then he comes out and gets to continue being a tool for him. But Georgie is like, what the hell, you guys just, like, ratted me out to the cop. And they think that I am, who I would love to play this character as, the Justice Paladin of all of Fabletown. But they don't know me like that, so...
What? Who the shit do you think you fuckers
Get the
are?
fuck out of
I
here!
do apologize, Sheriff, but I think it's best if you leave now.
There's no way I'm going with him! Are you kidding me?
Things are about to get unpleasant, and I would rather you weren't here to watch.
You can go join that hole at the bottom of the lake for all I give a shit, but he's not taking me anywhere. I'll roll over on the lot of you before I let that shit happen.
I'm not going anywhere.
This could have gone so well. To speak the truth, I've never been a very good mediator. Why negotiate when you can just decide?
Did I miss anything good? Well, look at you, all fixed up.
Ugh. Is there a way to not
Over here.
stab Georgie? I don't think so. I love how it gives me extra long
You're
time to
done,
deal
Wolf.
with that.
Come on, we're pretty much done here.
I'd like to say it was nice knowing you, but I'll be glad to see your insides turned out.
No, we have to stab him.
Oh god. This way. I
take that to be that the Tweedles are dead now. Good riddance to good rubbish.
Come on, Georgie.
Oh, that's too soon.
Shit!
I know.
I get there fast enough if I could save Georgie.
Fuck! What was that?
No!
Take him off!
I can't!
Gun it!
Are you sure?
Do it!
He's not moving.
Keep going!
We did it.
Come on.
Fuck it!
Oh, whoop.
Come on. We can't stay here.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to do that one. Alright.
Hang on, I need a minute.
Okay.
Shit. Hello, Bigby. I hoped you'd come to your senses. Crooked Man's the one you want. But of course, you're too much of an idiot to see that. Or maybe you just like me too much to let me go. That it, Sheriff? I had to say goodbyes first.
Geeky little shit, isn't he?
Please, Sheriff. Haven't you done enough? Look at him. He's dying.
Vivian, you don't know what you're doing.
I'm trying to help you here.
Just leave it alone.
He could kill you. You're okay with that?
There's no change in his mind now. Sheriff's always right, isn't he?
But he's wrong. Bigby, stop for a second. Please. It isn't his fault.
He's a murderer. Faith and Lily, he's the reason they're dead.
Look, I know he made a few
Well,
mistakes.
We know
all
now
have.
that's not entirely the
He made
case.
sure they couldn't talk with those damn ribbons, and then he killed them. You're wearing one yourself. Doesn't that bother you even a little, knowing that man murdered...
Of course it does. Those girls.
So it's all my fucking fault then.
I
You
didn't
fucking... You're gonna throw me to the fucking wolf too? So I fucking killed him. And I'd do it again. 'Cause it's not my fault. The crooked man gave the order. He told me to kill them. And then he fucking sold me out. The both of you can go rot in hell.
Georgie.
You think I'm the one to fucking blame?
That's not what I meant. I was
He's just feeling
I know what you were
guilty.
trying to do. You're trying to lay this all on me. You and everyone else.
You're not thinking. Georgie, you know that's not what I meant.
Then what was that? He calls me a murderer and you're gonna fucking take his side? Go ahead and kill me then, but it won't bring back Lily or Faith. It won't free your friend Narissa. And I'm just the sap taking the fall for the whole thing. It must be so easy being you. Just come in here and blame me for all this shit. Job's done, right? Georgie's the bad guy. It's all his fucking fault. But what was I supposed to do? You don't know what it's like, Bigby. How could you know? At the end of the day, you're just like him. Coming here, talking about options, like it was that simple.
You could have done anything else. You could have let them go. You could have freed Faith and Lily from those fucking ribbons instead of murdering them.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If I freed them... What would you have me do? Kill her?
Georgie, don't.
It was them or Vivian. So you tell me, if Free Lily meant she had to die, do you still think I had a fucking choice?
What are you doing?
I told you, you don't know the fuck about anything.
Well, she can't say anything. She's got a ribbon on.
Stop it.
This is the original. The girl with the ribbon. I'm sure you've heard the stories. Couldn't take it off, couldn't talk about it. She used her little purple ribbon to make more of them. To keep our girls quiet. To ensure absolute discretion.
You promised you wouldn't.
All that magic is connected to this little thing. You remove hers, and the spell's broken. They're all free. But you know what happens to her? The same thing that happened to Faith. So don't you come in here and tell me I fucked up.
What the hell, Georgie? We were supposed to look out for each other. I trusted you.
You can't fucking blame me. You're not innocent here either.
I know that. But did it have to be like this? You sold me out.
Welcome to the club then.
You have to understand, nobody was supposed to die. When we built this place, it was just a stupid idea. A gimmick. Discretion is our guarantee. That's how it started anyway. This was supposed to be our place. We were gonna be in charge for once, and nobody would try to control us or use us. That was the point. And the crooked man showed up and everything just turned to shit.
So, do you get it now? Why I couldn't just... If you still think it's so fucking simple, then you do it. Go right ahead. Kill her then.
What are you doing?
Break the spell. Save the fucking day.
We'll find another way. She doesn't have to die. Maybe the witches
Don't talk
can...
about me like I'm not even here, please. You think this is hard for you? My life is such a fucking burden on your conscience. Don't I get a say? It's my life.
You're right. It's your life.
I know what I've done.
Wait.
I'm sick of everyone thinking that they can just do what they want with my life. I thought it would be different here. But it's all the fucking same.
Vivian, I didn't mean...
Do you think I wanted to be this person? What I did to Faith and Lily? To all of them.
Vivian, wait.
Every day I have to look Gwen and Hans in the eye and pretend I don't care. I have to forget what I've done to them. What I took away from them. I look at Narissa and I hate myself.
Vivian.
I can't pretend anymore.
What are you doing?
Vivian. Don't. Vivian. No. Fuck. No, 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 no. Why'd you have to do that, Vivian? Vivian.
Just... Jesus.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think there's a way to avoid her murdering herself, unfortunately.
Vivian, I didn't fucking mean it. I was
I
just...
think if it's like the bad ending, she kills herself to escape the consequences, and if it's the good ending, she kills herself because she wants to set everybody free. But like, yeah, I don't think there's a way to keep her, unfortunately.
Oh, fuck!
Get up. Get up!
Don't think so, Bigby. I'm gonna die here. I think we both know that. Just make sure you give the crooked man the same treatment when you find him. Really fuck him up for me, alright? For both of us.
He's gonna get worse. Don't worry.
And give a dying man his wish.
Old foundry by the river, alright? Shepherd Metalworks. He'll be there. Fucking asshole. You wanna finish me off now? Or do you plan to kick me around a little first? Rip my limbs off one by one? That's what you wanna do, right?
That's not who I am.
Sure it's not. No more games, alright? We both know how this ends. Just make it quick.
Mercy killing.
All right, Georgie.
We couldn't have killed him in a less grotesque manner. I totally could have gotten away with murder right there. I mean, neither of them. What are they going to do? Do necromancy? That would have been wrong and against his character. But I'm just saying I could have. I feel like the game mechanic allows for me to do that. Maybe we'll do that in the shitty cop version. Where he's like, yeah, I'm trying to solve a murder here. He just does everything terrible. Also, a couple of you guys said you wanted to watch me play The Last of Us, but woo, The Last of Us is expensive. So what I will do is, the moment it goes on sale, I will play that game for you guys. Without fail. We're going to do our very best to see if my toaster can handle it. Because it seems to me like the more like CPU intensive the game is, the less I have the ability to stream it. But it is in the wish list now. I will be doing that. However, The Walking Dead Telltale is on sale, which leads me to believe that there may be getting close to The Wolf Among Us 2. So hopefully we'll be able to play the sequel to this here soon. I didn't know this was based off of a comic. I was talking to hubby about it, and he was telling me all about it. And he was telling me about, like, how Geppetto's in it, and Jack the Giant Slayer, and I was like, Jack's a thief. What are you talking about? And he was telling me all about it, and so I might get into the comics, too. Just one more thing for me to be massively, massively behind on, but yeah, I don't need to really... do I need to look at this for crime reasons?
So this is where they've been sending these.
I will say this, hubby has some pretty great comic picks. He's the one that put me on to, like, The Boys and Invincible. I'm really excited for Season 4 of Invincible, but I watched a thing the other day about how the voice actors in that are making it really difficult for the poor animators. And that seems... Oh, I'm gonna have to fight Mary again.
The big bad wolf.
Is there a way to outsource all of the boss fights? I really just want to play the story part of it.
You used to be something.
I don't really want to do the fighting. I mostly just want to play RPGs. Okay, so here we have Faith, Nerissa, and Lily in their plain attires. This, I'm pretty sure, in the very beginning was maybe... That one's probably Faith. Nerissa tattled and then got murdered, I'm pretty sure. And then... Nice. Man, I look fantastic in all of these. Anyway.
They used to fear you. They'd hide anywhere their small shivering bodies would fit.
Silver.
The big bad wolf. It's about time you showed up.
I had to take care of some things first.
Little errand boy. That's nice.
Ah, Bigby. I see you made it here in one piece. I do apologize, but I have some business to attend to. I'll leave you in the capable hands of my associate. Come find me when you've finished, dear.
Don't worry. This won't take long.
Get out of my way now. Don't make this worse.
Aw, he doesn't want to play.
I'm sure you'll persuade him.
Wow, what a man. Stealing punches while my back is turned? Didn't your mother ever teach you to fight proper?
Kick her ass. An equal opportunist. She can catch these rights and less. I do not support women's wrongs. I do support this right hook, though. She's so gross and creepy in this part. Ugh. I'm gonna go over here. You're such a... Oh, for real. You're gonna make me moderate my chat. It's really annoying. Ban. Okay. Alright. Back at it. Oh. I have to fight Mirror her. God, she gets me anyway. And I was quick with that one, too. Nasty mirror creature. All reflections should be destroyed. Every one of them.
Where are you? Come out and face me!
Gross. The audio people did a good job making her sound crunchy, though. Ugh. This is my nightmare. A sharp, bloody woman that bits me. Too many of them. Oh yeah. What we call a smash and grab, y'all. That would still hurt. $10 billion Marys. I also want to know why it's freaking impossible to murder her, but super easy to kill Georgie Porgy. tried to take my eye. I'm like certain that's a tiger. The sound people did such a good job with this, though. Convenient clothes. Watch me come in here not covered in blood about the mouth, though.
Hello, Bigby. You look tired.
Give me one good reason not to rip you apart right now.
This gun holds 6 rounds of specially designed silver bullet. I won't
5.
miss next time. Before you do anything with me, I thought I should point out a few things. Snow White wants you to bring me back to the woodlands, doesn't she? And that's what I
Right.
want.
I forgot I drank all my tea.
You plan to do what she says, don't you? You will bring me back alive. Look, all I ask for is the chance to speak for myself in front of the community. And I'm sure Miss White would agree that I should be given a fair trial. Can we at least agree on that? I will have a trial.
The whole town will be calling for your execution. Why would you want me to bring you back there?
Why don't you let me worry
Because he's a
about that?
manipulator.
Look, there's no reason for us to be at each other's throats here.
That's funny, coming from a guy pointing a gun at my head.
This is just a precaution. I'm sure you understand. I'm no murderer, Mr. Wolf. I didn't kill those women. And I think you know that. All I'm asking for is a chance to explain my side of the story.
If you're not a killer, then what are you?
I'm a
I'm a
businessman.
businessman, not a killer.
There's still a lot you have to answer for.
And I will, as long as you agree to my terms. Because I'm not saying another word until I'm brought before the community. And I don't think I'm being unreasonable. If you decide to do something stupid, like murder me, you won't get your answers. But you...
I don't think that the sheriff can actually commit murder if this guy is holding a gun at he's holding a silver bullet-filled gun at me. I don't think this constitutes murder. It would definitely be in poor taste, but I don't think it counts as murder. Murder is, you have no reason to harm this other person. I got plenty of reasons to harm this guy.
will have a difficult time explaining yourself to Miss White.
I'm not a
in the
lawyer.
rest
That's
of
not
this
legal advice.
miserable town. You're often reckless.
Oh, he's got like,
I
I
worry
like
you're
the
not
boots though.
thinking
Can you
of-
imagine? Hold on. Can you imagine? They're like, what happened to the crooked man? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where he went. And I come in those fresh boots.
Let me ask you an honest question.
Crazy.
What do you
On a
really
sheriff's
care about
salary.
here? Where this case is concerned, I mean. Do you really want the truth? Or do you just want to look like the hero?
I'm doing this for Faith, because she and Lily died, and someone is gonna answer for that.
Then why are you here? You know who murdered them. Georgie. He's dead, isn't he? My point being, the killer has been dealt with. You've won.
You really think I'm that stupid?
I understand you have an obligation to bring me in, but you can brighten up a little. It's over. So, shall we get going?
Alright, let's go. Hand over the gun.
I think I'd rather hold on to it, if you don't mind. What do you say? Hey! I'm sure Miss White will be pleased. Such a reliable pup.
You're under arrest. You'll be given a trial in front of your peers. And your
I could have hit
punishment
him.
will
I forgot
follow.
that I got away with that. Missed opportunity to hit him, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I mean, he's already crooked. Who's gonna notice a couple extra bones broken? He was like that when I got him. With fresh fractures?
But we have to do something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When is this thing
Are
happening?
we sure he's coming?
Yes, you'll have an opportunity to...
There he is.
He's back.
The Crooked Man.
Thank God.
Motherfucker.
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble.
Yeah, he did
At the Crooked
make it
Man's
trouble.
place.
Well, he didn't make it easy.
What happened?
It doesn't matter. He's here. We got him.
We can talk about it later. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know...
This is because I
I'm
killed the
just
Tweedles.
glad you made it back in one piece.
I mean, I am but a man.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting
You killed Lily!
She was my sister.
Could
What do you have to say for
Where the
yourself?
fuck do you get off?
Poor
You
girls.
think you have the right
And
to
what
just
about
do this
me?
to
What could
people?
they have
You're a
done to
fucking
deserve
crook!
This. You should be
Fucking
ashamed.
shithole.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder of
As I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porge who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie.
Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Now I
have
get to be the
explain
detective.
the situation to you again.
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is he still out there?
Sincerely hope not.
Well, where is he?
Georgie was a victim of this psycho.
One sec, guys. I'll be right back. Gotta go preheat the oven. I think. Alright. Back at it.
Two. He was pushed into the whole thing and now he's dead.
He's... what?
Dead. So you see, the culprit has been punished.
That
There's no
doesn't
need
change
for this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now
Noah's
you're
the
one I'm
worst
concerned
at
with.
laying
Called the
out these
shots.
charges.
Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for. And
was
I
told
don't...
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the
Other
charges.
charges.
Let her finish. Then you can have your say.
Got it?
If you insist.
Once again, I'm the only reason she has any authority. If this were up to her, that guy would have just escaped.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf,
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie,
Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts.
That's the only
And
actual crime in
resisting
there, I
arrest.
think.
Oh, yes. Now,
Kind
is
of
there
like a
anything you
nonsense
would like
charge,
to
but
say?
still.
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you
Stop
didn't.
the charade. We know you're an...
I know you're responsible. You've been behind all of this from the beginning. So cut the shit.
We all know who you are. We know what you've done.
it up already.
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government and, most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
well.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself.
It's weird to me that they've decided to throw him in a witching well when it's not entirely clear to me whether or not the witching well kills you or just sends you to a different dimension, which is, I think, part of the reason why he's down for this, because, like, best case scenario, he gets set free. Worst case scenario, he gets sent to a different place where he just becomes a crime lord. Like, the same people are in these positions all over the world. There was some, oh, I can't remember what it was. There was some human trafficking thing or whatever that came out, and there were like Marines that were going to other countries and like saving people. And it's like, it's not exactly the same guy. Like, for example, like it's not a guy named Fred doing an entire global whatever, but it is a guy named Fred, a guy named Frederico, a guy named, whatever but it's the same type of person. It's the same type of person. It's that dude, just in a different font, doing the same stuff everywhere. Because this is like, kind of like, I don't want to say personality, because it's like rarer than that. But it's the same like archetype of person doing these grave evils across the entire expanse of humanity.
And I won't rob you of that right.
What the fuck?
This is about justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together...
Can we just be real? If she had caught Crane, there would be no talk of this justice business. He would have been immediately thrown in the wishing well. But that's just because she has her own personal agenda about it.
and make something of this town,
Which, by the way, nobody's going to pursue Crane to France. Like, he's just going to be in France. But this guy, we're going to give justice. It's like,
we
okay.
have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We're going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
Yeah, but that's a great sentiment, to treat everyone fairly, because that's what everybody would want done to them. But like, evil people exploit fairness. Like, they use these things to create loopholes. Whereas if things are justice, justice isn't necessarily fair. It is just, however.
This is ridiculous.
I mean, he's not,
You have the floor.
he's not physically
Thank you,
dangerous,
Miss
so I guess we
White.
don't need to
You've
cuff
all
him.
met
But
Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
it's
get
just
to your
anecdotal
point
at
or
best.
what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only...
It no longer is his business the moment you're using him to assassinate someone with dirt on a political ally. So that would be something that would absolutely incriminate him, because the context in which these girls died is, if you guys didn't follow the earlier stuff, because it didn't really give you guys a recap. So Crane is the mayor or something, and he has this torrid affair with a prostitute who he has glamored as Snow White, the woman seen in this picture here. And one of the prostitutes is wanting to flee, and so she gets this grand idea to get blackmail on that guy, who is the Crooked Man's associate, so that they can be like, oh, let us leave because we got blackmail. But then one girl was like, oh no, blackmail's too severe. Like, they're going to be pissed if we leave, but if we have blackmail, they'll kill us. And so she tattles. And then in her tattling, which is wrong of her to have done, but it's understandable that she would have done that. Now, I personally wouldn't do that because snitching is like pretty much the worst thing you could do given the circumstances. Like, it makes sense in a certain standpoint, but snitching in like a criminal organization that you're also in is like not great. It's basically the prisoner's dilemma. Best to just not get into these situations. But what she did is she not only caused herself to be essentially sentenced to death, but then also had the girl who was a product of the blackmail, because she was the one that was hooking up with the politician. She also caused her death, because now that's like tying up the loose end. Now, as long as they don't have any physical evidence of him doing that, like who's to corroborate the story, it just looks like he's been hooking up with Snow White. So then they could like spin that as an affair or something. So that was not great. But the moment that he ordered those two girls' deaths, that becomes his responsibility. Whereas if that guy was just killing hookers, then yeah, of course, that guy's just a regular murderer. But it being a sanctioned murder from his crime lord boss does actually incriminate him. They're just sort of ham-fisting their way into
He
this.
could understand. He murdered two of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
This is such bullshit!
He's always been a bit of a powder keg.
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the
He
matter.
clearly misunderstood my intention.
Really?
I would never authorize such an act.
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby. When you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
Yeah, and your goons attacked me. Did you forget that part?
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me.
But if they're under your employ, you're responsible for them. So if they're out here harassing people and stuff like that, if they're under your employ, you could fire them, you could punish them, you could turn them over to the police. Like, this guy trying to be like, I'm the head of this organization, but I'm not responsible for anything. It's like, no, you, first of all, you're not a woman in your 20s. You can't just absolve yourself of all accountability when it just like is convenient for you. It's ridiculous.
As I protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
Yeah, right. They don't do it because they want to protect you. You intimidate people. Use scare tactics.
You have
They're afraid
leverage
if they
over
don't
these
follow
people.
orders, they'll end up dead.
And the other thing is too, is like, why am I having to coach all of these citizens as to why this guy's a bad guy? Weren't all these guys whining and complaining that, oh, the Crooked Man, I'm so scared of the Crooked Man. He walks into the room one time and they're like, we should forgive him. Yeah, we should forgive him. And I was just like, did you forget about all of these, like, did you forget about these, like, mafia level scare tactics this guy was using where he was threatening to, like, make you guys lose everything, putting you against your spouses, and, like, threatening your death or, like, severe physical anguish if you didn't comply with him? Like, is everybody just lost on the consequences of dealing with a crime lord? Like, some of these fables are just so ridiculous.
My employees are just that. Hired help.
Some of these fables shouldn't be allowed to vote. Can I say that? Is that controversial? Why are Beauty and Beast in the room right here? Those two are some of the dumbest people in this whole thing. They put themselves in a position to be exploited. It's not like Johann the Butcher where they were just like, hey, we're taking all your stuff. They were just like, yeah, we're going to spend like the Fabletown equivalency of $250,000 and then try to get financial assistance, not a job. She asked for financial assistance for her spending addiction. And then they're going to try and like be on his side. Like the crowd's going to be on his side right now.
I see some of them are here among you.
Look
They
at
are
him.
not
Look at them
these
looking
slaves.
guilty.
They're all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted that any of the...
And see, now he's going to try the old classic of like, whores love being whores. And it's like, now, I will give you a caveat. A percentage of whores love being whores because they like the thrill and danger of it, and they like that they can just fall on this like, oh, I was made to do this nonsense. But you cannot judge the entirety of a group by the fringe nonsense people within it. You should just exclude the fringe nonsense people from being in it. Once you assess that someone is that person, then the rest of the group has an obligation to be like, get out. For example, when I was dancing, the girls that would try and get themselves into trouble should not have been permitted to work there. If you continue to let people work there, then you're going to change the culture of that area to now that's something that's acceptable. If you don't want that to be acceptable in a group, you have to harshly police it. And I don't mean police like just the 5-0. I mean like within a group, you have to be like, that's not acceptable. And you have to ostracize them from the group if they create a situation that is unsafe for the whole.
Those girls wanted their lives like that?
I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help.
Because otherwise, you are in a position where people like this can be like, oh, they wanted to be exploited and murdered. Ridiculous.
Against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah, that's what you did to
Yeah.
us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position.
Now, see, these two are the ones that'll absolutely make his case because they had no reason to have to get after the Crooked Man except for the ones they gave themselves. So this is important. When people do crimes, they don't just associate with the dregs of society. They also get into it with people that are morons. And Beauty and Beast are morons. They tried to put themselves in a bad situation financially, and so the Crooked Man's like, perfect. If I ever get thrown in front of a bus, per se, then he'll be able to be like, look, I helped these people. I'm a pillar of the community. And it's like, he's not a pillar of the community. He just has these two useful idiots over here that he can point to because nobody cares about prostitutes. Nobody cares about drug addicts. Nobody cares about the homeless, but they do care about these two rich people that have fallen on hard times. And so he's going to use these people as the linchpin of his crusade to be like, I'm not a bad guy. I'm a good dude. I take care of the downtrodden and I take care of the recently poor. And this is why you cannot associate with crime lords if you are dumb and have impulse control disorders.
You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant.
Because he is.
When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you.
But also, the government has been clogged up for the past however long game time, solving these murders that are a direct result of him. So part of the reason why regular stuff is not getting handled is because they're having to deal with like the fallout of this criminal organization. They're having to deal with people getting like botched glamours and they're like, okay, what's this? And so instead of doing the thing, now I'm not saying the government is efficient. It seems like this government even more so than usual. But it takes time to do all of these things. So by him having two murders directly correlating with his poor leadership, I've been running around solving his murders instead of helping these people. So he's wasting government resources right now by being a bad crime lord.
Yes, but...
Wasn't I?
Crane was the one who let this town go to the fucking dogs. The guy who was in your pocket, remember?
Really? What about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway.
But because we
Nowhere
didn't
else to
burn the
turn,
tree.
She came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living.
Now, here's the thing. He does make an interesting point here, because if the government is so inefficient, why are we creating government programs to do things that private enterprises can do better? So I think it would be much better served if the government hired private contractors to do things that they're inefficient at. Like, instead of the government being, like, I guess hypothetically, because I'm not going to get into all of it, like, if the government is doing parking tickets and the government is shit at it, why don't we just have the government oversee, like, a private parking ticket company and they approve or disapprove, and they act as, like, more of a check and balance than the person doing it? Because the government is inefficient because they just get to take our money and do with it how they please. They don't actually have to balance the checkbook or do any of that because they can just raise taxes if they waste too much money. And this is bordering on political, so I'm going to have to be very careful. But, like, for example, the government leases buildings for well above market value because why wouldn't they? It's not their money. But if you were a private business, you couldn't afford to pay 3, 4, sometimes 10 times the market value for properties. And that comes out of our taxes. That comes out of our pockets because they have no incentive to be efficient. Why would they? They're never the ones holding the bag, and they never get punished for those things. It's not incentivized for them to even give a toss about what the market is. They can just be like, yeah, the owner said it was going to be this. The owner of the property said it was going to be this much, so we paid it. And I'm like, what do you mean you just paid it? Like, didn't you even, like, if I was going to purchase a business, if I was going to have, like, Bird's store of little nonsense items, I would go and I would look at a place and I would check the square footage and I would check how much that was. And then I would check the lease and I would check all of the stuff in it. And then I would check the rates of everything around and see if that was fair or reasonable. But the government doesn't do that. The government just goes, yeah, sure, I'll pay that. I want that one. And we all end up holding the bag. And not to mention all of the government corruption. So it's like, oh, I tell them that I actually had to pay. Hypothetically, of course, we don't know any specific instances. I only suspect. They say, oh, well, we have to pay 12 times as much or whatever. Or they lease intentionally a building that is owned by a guy they know, and then they get kickbacks on that or some other nonsense. It's really easy to steal in an inefficient system. And if they were made to be efficient, then they wouldn't be the government. They'd just be a private business. They'd be 20% of private businesses, if we're being really honest, because 80% of businesses are run poorly.
Provide for herself. And what did they do?
She wanted my tree destroyed, but Bigby refused.
What?
You were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
I know what you're doing, and it's not gonna work.
Yeah, so the best thing you can do when
us
people
or
are
these
trying to
people.
manipulate you
We're
is call
not
it out.
here to talk
Oh,
about
we're
this.
not?
Bigby just
This
means
is important, and I'm glad it's being talked about.
You know why I asked him to destroy your tree. You were working with Crane and the Crooked Man.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You
And this
hated
needs to
Crane,
be back
and
and
you
forth.
hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with the Crooked Man.
Absolutely. That's
We've
the
made
truth.
some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away. But I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can.
Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've been doing all this to protect you. We're trying to stop people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you. Exploiting your hope for a better life.
Hi, Teddy.
You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength.
He took Faith and Lily from us. And while we can never get them back, we can certainly punish who's responsible.
Mm-hmm.
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over, and those girls will have their justice.
Did we get everybody? Yeah, we got everybody.
Very good, very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the...
Georgie was working for you. Bigby got a
A
confession
confession that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke. Especially given Bigby's history.
What are you
Yeah, bring up
talking
my
about?
history.
And what about your history? All you've done to this fucking town.
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's...
See, look at these idiots
this
trying to
doesn't
derail
feel
this
right,
case right
how
now.
we're doing this. I just
Of
need-
course it's right. This man tormented all of you for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
him.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did, because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course. Where are you going with this?
Is a
Well, by that
manipulation.
logic, Miss White should be on trial for Tweedledum's murder.
No, that was
Since you know
self-defense.
Bigby works for her.
That's...
He killed a man.
For fuck's sake, killing someone who's trying to kill you is
They were
hardly...
there to retrieve Crane. You didn't need to escalate things.
Me? It was them. And who sent those two freaks anyway?
Bigby and I have already discussed his behavior that night. We're handling it
Where have I
internally.
heard that before? How about the way he treated poor Tweedledee when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
That was Bluebeard, not me.
He was a murder suspect.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for
This
mine.
is completely different.
I
We all...
did not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own crimes.
This isn't right.
Oh, please. This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you. That's
I
not
mean, a
true.
certain level of privilege should be afforded to...
To who?
This is how it's always been.
Yes. See, this is exactly to what I'm speaking. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played?
This is why it's so
towers,
easy for them to take
judging
control,
you,
too.
Treating you as
All you
mindless
gotta do
children,
is have
too
enough of a
stupid
persuasion,
to command your own destiny.
enough persuasion
Not me.
to be able to
Who
turn
will
this.
pay your rent when you're on the verge of
Highly
eviction?
manipulative.
Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be
Bigby! Miss White!
Thank God we have a witness.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath?
What's she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Of course. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut up! You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
Vivian wanted you freed from the ribbons. She took her own life.
I'm sorry, I
Mr.
don't
Kitty.
think
Nerissa! My name is Nerissa.
It's okay,
Is
my
it?
dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a damn about me.
We know what happened.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me.
Me too.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well.
No, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you?
What, you take 2 people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
What did you expect to happen here? You're getting what you deserve.
Well done, then.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's not good enough.
There will be more if he isn't stopped.
I don't get you.
So we get rid of him.
dangerous.
Get him out of
We
here.
can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I think
This is going nowhere.
someone needs to make a decision.
Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
We should have a vote. Make it democratic.
Do you really think that's
Right.
going to work?
Oh, he should be
Right.
murdered. I
Nobody
agree with
can
that.
agree on anything.
What about Bigby?
What about him?
He was appointed. He's the only official representative.
So this is the only confirmation that we get that I'm an appointed representative. So I am the sheriff. My word is law. Nobody should have been questioning me at all during this entire campaign because I am the only true arbiter of justice here.
Really. He should be the judge.
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Guys, can I confess something to you guys for just a moment? I did look up this series after me and hubby were talking about the characters, and I'm pretty sure Auntie Greenleaf is a bad lady. I was hoping that by not burning her tree down, here's my plan. If I'm the government in this game, if I am truly Bigby Wolf, what I would do is I would punish the Crooked Man. I would employ as a private contractor Auntie Greenleaf to get everybody lower cost glamours. Then I would sort out the backlog of all of these cases because let's be honest, this whole backlog nonsense is ridiculous. I have worked as an administrative assistant before for companies that were 4 years behind on all of their accounting. It is not that difficult to go through and fix all of this. Now, I will put in the caveat that if you're decades behind on stuff, it's definitely more difficult. It's definitely going to take more time. But the idea that it's completely impossible for people to go back through and get current on those things is absolutely preposterous. In a lot of cases, I've been in situations where I've worked myself out of a job because they're like, oh, we have so much paperwork. Oh, it's going to take you all day. And I think that 4-month job took me like 2 weeks at most to get through all that stuff. I'm like, here you go. Everything's all organized. This stuff goes in this folder. I've color coordinated everything. And they're like, oh, that's great. That's great. And I'm like, yeah, so I'm going to be resigning. And they're like, what? No, you can't resign. And I'm like, I've literally set up a system that a monkey could do. So I'm not going to work here and just collect a paycheck. That's not stimulating for me. And I don't like to travel that much. So I don't really want to commute to a job where I do nothing all day. That is like my nightmare. So, here you go. If you guys want to bonus me on my way out, I'm not going to stop you. So, and that's happened, I want to say that's happened at least twice where I got hired for a job. They insisted it was going to be oh, you're going to spend all 9 hours doing all this work. And it's crucial that you be here for all 9 hours. And then I had to sit my boss down and be like, listen, dude, you're making me get here at 7 a.m., which is a crime, honestly. Me waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and having to drive should be a crime. It's dangerous, in fact, for me to be like that. So I'm just like, here's what's going to happen. You have 3 of us here. How's about I get here at 9? How about? If you insist that I be here during an AM hour, I'm going to get here at 9. The one lady, she'll get here at 7 because she already carpools with her husband. So she's going to be here regardless. And then the other lady, she's got to drop her kids off or carpool or whatever the hell. Let her get here at 8:30 or whatever. Why don't we just make this schedule make sense? And then we'll just have a staggered opening. The one lady will get to leave with her husband at the end of the day. The other lady will get to leave just in time to go pick her kids up. And I'll stay here until the sun goes down. I don't care. But the system that we have currently, everybody being on the clock for the exact same amount of time, is inefficient and stupid. And he was like, oh, fair enough. All right, sounds good. And I'm just like, that's all it takes. That's all it takes to make these massively inefficient systems more functional. Crazy that people would choose to be like that. So, it is possible to fix these things, but not without a considerable amount of nonsense, unfortunately. But yeah, I would employ Auntie Greenleaf and I would make her make low-cost glamours, and I would get through what I assume to be a backlog of cases, which, by the way, it doesn't seem like there's really that many fables, so I bet he could get it sorted in a month. So Snow takes over the division, she gets to be the figurehead, and then I just go through all that stuff. And I teach the drunken monkey or whatever how to organize things, because a lot of this falls under your administrative staff. Like, I don't think that necessarily the CEO of companies and stuff like that should have to have every single thing in their brain, but they should have a working knowledge of all the different points of their business. And then it's your administrative assistant and or your secretary. Like, for example, the Donna in Mad Men. Is it Donna in Mad Men? Is that what I'm thinking of? No, Donna's in Suits. So you need to have yourself a Donna. If you're going to have something that's like that big and that like crazy encompassing, you need to have yourself a Donna that says, hey, I know all of these ins and outs, but I don't have the authority to like do full sense on these things. So I'm going to like keep you abreast of things while also keeping everything organized. Yes, Donna's awesome. You need to have yourself a Donna. You can't just have some ditzy I think, hot take, Meghan Markle is the reason why Suits was taken from us, because she insisted on ruining the royal family, and now we all have to pay for it by not having one of the greatest lawyer shows ever. And yeah, it's probably not accurate to actual lawyering stuff, but it is incredibly satisfying. Suits was incredibly satisfying, except really any time Meghan Markle was on the scene. So you need to get yourself a Donna if you're going to have a giant business like that. And you don't need to have 6 or 7 Donnas. You just need to have one Donna, and you pay her real good. You'll notice in Suits, Harvey pays her real good. And when people give him pushback on that, he pays her out of his own salary because he understands the value of being organized. Because if you're not organized in something that is that large and that important, everything will fall apart. Which is part of the reason why the government sucks, is because they don't prioritize having the best people for the job necessarily. They prioritize what appears to me to be tenure. So, like, this guy's been a senator for 40 years. It's like, yeah, but he's been doing kind of a shit job for like 40 years. Why is he still in business? Well, it's because nobody else really wants to do it, and that guy has all the connections, and so he has kind of like the leverage to sort of ice out all of his political rivals. And so that guy's just going to be there until he just crumbles to dust, apparently, because that's how we do everything. Instead of having like a nice rotation of like people that are good at their jobs, and then once they get to a point in their career where like they can no longer cognitively function, they step down from those things. Ideally, having had like somebody appointed that like they've essentially trained to be their replacement, to be like, here's the thing, this is this and this and this. And circling back to my old secretary days, they hired, so this one lady, Fossil, and nice enough lady, but she's like just the old guard, you know what I mean? And she was fine, didn't have any trouble with her. The next lady was old enough to be my mother, and she really had an axe to grind with me about it, because at the time I was like fresh out of college. I think I was still in college, in fact. I think that's when I was still doing biochem. So I'm in biochem. And they were like, oh, well, we don't know, Riley. Like, we don't know if we're going to give you enough hours, and like, you're going to school. So, and I'm like, it's fine. How about you let me worry about me? Okay. Don't be ageist. And then they hired this woman who was old enough to be my mom. And she was like, you know, I did this and I did that and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, lady, we have the same job. So like, your age is actually not what you think it is coming into this job. So I have taken all of the knowledge from this job and turned it into an efficient flow system for this office. And then you come in here and you're like, I'm twice your age. You should listen to me. And I'm like, you're twice my age and we have the same job. And you're coming at me all sideways. So I don't think you actually know how to do your job, because usually the loudest people and the people that are causing the most problems and like don't really understand diplomacy or it's escaping me right now. Emotional literacy, I want to say. Emotional literacy. But basically, this woman is just having an emotional outburst because she feels some type of way about me being younger than her. And I'm like, listen, we're on the same team. We both have the same job. If I do my job poorly, it affects you because it makes your job harder. And by you shouting at me right now, like, I'm not going to hold it against you, but I do think that you're less efficient at your job because you're yapping at me a bunch and not filing all of this paperwork. So then later on, she gets a call on the phone, and one of these super elite clients calls in and they're like, hey, we want to do blah, 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 blah. And she goes, you can't do that because we had a policy where you couldn't do that, except for that specific guy. He had special, behind the red tape rules. He could do that specifically because he has some grandfathered in clause or whatever. And she's on the phone and I'm like, can you put hold on? Can you just hold real quick on that? And she's like, what? What is it? And I'm like, that guy actually is the exclusion to the rule. That guy doesn't have to do it. And she goes, don't tell me what to do. And I'm like, okay. Okay. And so when my boss comes in like a hurricane later on in the day, because that guy has him on speed dial, he's like, hey, who told such and such that he couldn't do what such and such is allowed to do? And I'm like, don't talk to me. You're gonna have to take a 180 out of my office and walk into that one because I am not going to deal with repercussions of this. This is an A and B conversation and I don't need to be in it. And not once did she apologize to me about that because I did try and save her from that dressing down, which she absolutely deserved. And it's like, I think there's just this other generation just wants like hierarchy to be based like the government on seniority. But I'm like, it's not based on seniority. It should and ideally always would be based on competency. If you're not competent to hold that position, you should not hold that position because it is an inefficient and bad system. Absolutely preposterous. But that's how the government likes to get down.
Are you sure? This isn't how
it's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Snow.
Just do what you think is right.
Okay.
Yes, Sheriff. Do what you think is right.
Yeah, let's lock him up, because that seems to be the thing that he wants the least.
Not this way.
There you are. I hope you all...
Now he's just trying to have his last moment sabotage me.
When you try to sleep.
I'm not going to let him have his swan moment. But
you
now...
said you had a way to keep him from hurting people.
Wait, you can't be
What
serious.
he's done, you just gonna put him in prison?
This isn't the way, Sheriff.
You're doing the right thing.
Yes,
Ugh.
there's a way.
Now I'm doing the Batman nonsense
right.
where I'm like,
Do
I
it.
won't be a killer. But it's like, objectively, if someone is this, like, unhinged and can't be reasoned with, like, do we need that in society? Like, the Joker just created more death and destruction by not being sentenced to death. But I think Batman's whole thing was like, it's up to the government of Gotham to sentence him to death, not up to me. But I'm like, it's a bit of a trolley situation. And unfortunately, I think that the Joker should have been ran over by the trolley. But I think a lot of people would disagree with me on that.
Not what I was expecting. Morning, crooked man.
He's got a sharp tongue. I thought it would be better for everyone if he parted with it.
Thanks, Greenleaf.
Let's just call it even.
Hey, Sheriff. Are you
I think
gonna come
she's
see the
evil.
truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay. Great.
That's not good.
This fucking line.
Oh, Mr. Wolf, Flycatcher left his keys.
Right. Thanks.
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this.
Yeah,
We'll
she's
talk
so
later, okay?
she's so massively inefficient. She's not competent for that job at all.
Good morning, Miss White.
You're late.
She's a poor delegator.
Someone's gonna see you, Colin.
Uh-oh. Yeah, everybody's not gonna like that. I'm pretty sure I ate his brothers, though, so I think I have a legal debt to have him there. That's like a pre-existing, like, restitution I have to pay to this pig. And that's how I would ideally tell people. I'd be like, hey, I have, you know, a debt to pay to this pig from the old world, and you guys
are... Jesus!
Not a great big fan of this frog. Or
we
toad.
only have like 5 minutes.
Carry me, for fuck's sake! I don't give a shit!
This toad's gonna be real nasty.
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff. Nice fucking day.
Got a bad attitude.
Shit! Just go grab that, would you?
Sorry about all this. I tried to help.
Just why the hell did you have to send me and me boy away, huh? You promised me I'll get another chance, but Miss White said I had to go up to the damn farm anyway.
You're not glamored.
Wait! Sheriff Bigby! I have something.
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
Can you give this to Miss White, please? Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so... if you could bring it to her?
Yeah, sure.
I couldn't take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the best. It's a willow beetle.
Those are pretty.
That's a big one. They're cool, because when they're little, they have these pouches that squirt juice at you if you touch them.
I'm sure she'll love it.
She said it was pretty.
We're about ready to head out.
What's it like at the farm? I've heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
God, I hope not.
Do we have to go? I want to stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore.
I'm sorry, TJ, but look on the bright side, okay? There's plenty of space to run around, and a nice river nearby so you can swim all you want.
Even in daytime?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the Mundies seeing you. It'll be nice. Come on, it won't be so bad.
Have you been there before?
No, some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves.
So you wouldn't
I should eat him.
would you?
Mind your tone, Toad. I could eat some frog legs right about now.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Goodbye, TJ.
TJ, you're now the executor of your father's will. I will be eating him.
Where's your friend, Colin? Where's the fucking pig?
How should I know?
Yeah, you trying to have your little gotcha moment there, Mr. Toad, but I owe him restitutions.
Saying goodbye?
Here's the thing. I'm hoping that because Telltale's having a sale on The Walking Dead, and I think Wolf Among Us is on sale as well. I think that's how I ended up getting it in the first place. That must mean, hopefully, I'm hoping that means that Wolf Among Us 2 is coming out here soon.
Yes, I am.
Like, spring 2026 would be so
I know
cool.
It seems like I should be able to. It's just...
You need to let that go. How are you gonna move on?
Bigby, I know you're trying to help, but this is just something I need to do on my own.
Maybe her glamour is attached to the ribbon.
Listen, I came here because I have to tell you something.
What is it?
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily. I'm not sure where to start. Faith, Lily, and I, we had this plan. We were gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. But then Faith decided to get some leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together. The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the Crooked Man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that place. Can you imagine the lengths they go just to silence someone who had physical evidence? I had to. I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the Crooked Man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole...
Funny that the Little Mermaid would be the one that sings to the employer about the plan.
Thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
So I told him everything, and I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a picture. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the Crooked Man. But then... Oh, God.
Doesn't it smell cuff and puffs?
I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the Crooked Man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
What does it matter? I know the Crooked Man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth? It was true enough. I know he ordered their deaths. I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because of a stupid technicality, especially after. That night, after Faith, I tried to warn
Wearing
Lily
those
that she
heels
wasn't with her
is
scheduled appointment.
crazy.
So I did the only thing I could do. I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
You?
I walked her over here.
So that ring in her mouth, that was you?
Yeah, I couldn't think of any other way to get your attention.
So you started all this?
I just pointed you in the right direction. People like us get forgotten all the time. The Crooked Man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence, and the world likes it that way. We just fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith, or Lily. Nobody cares about us.
I'm sorry, Nerissa. I'm sorry that's what it took to get me to pay attention.
It'll be different now. You'll make things right. You and Snow.
I don't know. Seems like no matter what I do, it's just not enough for her, or anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other, and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days. Look, Bigby. After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened.
That's
You
what I'm
listened
saying.
when no one else would. You protected your friends, no matter the cost. And you brought justice to this town. Finally. Because you brought the Crooked Man in, everyone saw who he really was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing. You've been given this job for a reason. And I left Faith at your doorstep because I knew.
I hope I've at least done some good here.
You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you. You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
It's Faith. Lambert is Nerissa. Nerissa's been dead the whole time.
I need to tell you something.
I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
Trying to place me. You like my ribbon? Do you like it?
Faith wore one too.
Would hide her beauty so she could escape the kingdom.
They used to call me the Little Mermaid.
Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about Faith?
He said he wanted to run more tests. I hope you find what you're looking for. I'll see you around.
Wolf. Ooh. Chills. We did it. We got the perfect ending. I got to kill twins. Oh, so everybody brought him back alive. Only 10% of people murdered him. What is this world? Most people accepted the gift. I'm gonna be a bad cop next time and be like, nah, I don't want this nasty bug. 50% of the people imprisoned him. Nice. Okay. Alright. That is the end of Wolf Among Us. You offered to protect him at the business office. You helped him avoid the farm. Imprisoned him. Dumb is deceased. Nice, yeah, good. Drink with him after your funeral and made a deal with Jack. Toad. Yeah, I stood up for him, and what good did that give me? I mean, ooh, that's loud. Pick up a graphic novel today. Nice. Yeah, that looks fun. It turns out I seem to be a pretty big fan of, oh, what is it? It's not Bizarro. What is it? It's the same comics that Constantine's in. DC. What is it? Vertigo. Big fan of Vertigo. Achievements. Right to an attorney. Huff and Puff. Complete chapter 4. Weird that I didn't get this little tic-tac-toe row. Why would I care about being a librarian? My last cigarette. Nice. Nice wind blows. Happily ever after. Master librarian, full moon. Earn every achievement. Yeah, that's crazy. I've never been like a complete every task person, personally. Alright. Now, I'm gonna end this one, and then we will, let's pop back over here. I'm going to end this one. We're going to take a little breaky break. And then in the Discord, I am going to let you guys choose if you want to do zombies or serial killers for the next one. I know you guys in the Discord want me to play The Last of Us, but the sticker shock on that is getting me. So I'm going to mull that one over. I have until, I think, like November 2nd or something like that to make my little decisions. But I'm going to hop off of here for just a moment, then I'll be back on with you guys' decision. But it won't let me stream and finish downloading the games. It does crazy, crazy things when I try to do that. So I will be back. You guys check